I, 38M, am still processing the sheer audacity. It feels like I'm watching a movie, not living through the implosion of my own 10-year marriage. It happened 3 days ago. I was at my desk when a notification popped up on my phone. My wife, Qley, 35F, had tagged me in a photo. I clicked on it. The picture was professionally done. Qley and her assistant, Liam, 26M, were on a scenic clifftop. He was on one knee, holding up a ring. Qley's hand was over her mouth in that faux shock pose, but her eyes were ecstatic. The caption was what sent a jolt through my system. A million times, yes. Future Mrs. Walker. Ring red heart. Hashtag engage. Hashtag love of my life. Hashtag so happy. My last name is Peterson. I stared at my screen, the words blurring. A strange calm washed over me, a chilling clarity. This wasn't a mistake. This was a declaration. My fingers moved with a weird autonomy. I didn't yell. I just typed. My comment on her post. Congratulations. Our divorce lawyer will be in touch. I then took a screenshot. I screenshotted the post, the caption, and my comment. Then I sent them in a group message to her parents and her older brother with a simple text, just so you're all aware of the situation. The effect was instantaneous. Within 90 seconds, her post vanished. Seconds after that, my phone started ringing. Qley. Her voice was a high-pitched shriek of panic. Qley, Mark, what did you do? Take that comment down now. Me? Take what down, Qley? Your engagement announcement? You already did that. Qley, you know what I mean? The comment. And did you send it to my parents? Me, I did. I figured they'd want to congratulate the future Mrs. Walker. Qley, you don't understand. It was a mistake. It wasn't supposed to go public. Mark, please, you're ruining everything. Me, you seem to have done a pretty thorough job of that yourself. I've already contacted my lawyer, Jessica Reynolds. She'll be in touch. Don't contact me directly again. I hung up. My hands were perfectly steady. The hurt was there, a cold, heavy stone in my gut. But on the surface, there was just logic. She made a choice. Now, I'm just helping her start her new life, free of any pesky legal ties to me. Update 1 week later. It's been a week of escalating entitlement. I think I'm seeing things clearly for the first time in a long time. The day after the post, Qley showed up at the house, using her key to let herself in. She had switched from panic to a look of wounded indignation. Her older brother, Tom, 38M, was with her, acting as her muscle. Qley, Mark, we need to talk. You can't just blow up our lives over a misunderstanding. Me? There's no misunderstanding, Qley. I saw the post. I held up my phone, which was recording audio. And just so you're aware, this conversation is being recorded. Tom stepped forward. Dude, what is your problem? It was a fling. He got overzealous. You're going to throw away 10 years for that. Me? A fling she was planning to marry? I'm not the one who threw this away. Qley's eyes started to water. I was confused, Mark. Things have been distant. Liam gave me attention. It was a mistake, a huge one. I love you. Me? Your actions say otherwise. You need to leave. Jessica will coordinate with your lawyer for you to retrieve your things. This is where the entitlement truly kicked in. Qley, my lawyer? I don't have a lawyer. I'm not agreeing to a divorce. And this is my house, too. Me? Actually, it's my house. It was mine before we got married, a fact clearly stated in our prenuptial agreement, an agreement Jessica is currently reviewing. The word prenup hung in the air. We'd signed it a decade ago at my father's insistence. I think she genuinely forgot it existed. Her face went pale. Tom, a prenup? You're really going to hide behind a piece of paper? After she dedicated her 30s to you? Me? She dedicated her 30s to building a life she just publicly torched. The prenup is for situations exactly like this. I told them to leave. They refused, so I walked to the door, opened it, and said, "Leave now, or I'm calling the police to have you escorted out." They left, but not before Tom spat. "You're a cold-hearted jerk." Since then, her mom has been leaving tearful voicemails about forgiveness. Qley has been texting, alternating between begging and threats. Ella blocked them all. The most satisfying part of the week? The invoice for the professional engagement photos showed up on the statement for my credit card on which she was an authorized user. I paid it. Then I logged into my bank's app and removed her as an authorized user, rendering the card useless. I sent a screenshot of the invoice to Jessica to add to our file, with a note, proof of premeditation. Update 2, 3 weeks later. They've moved from emotional appeals to dirty tricks. Dirty trick number 1, the work complaint. I got a call from HR. An anonymous ethics complaint alleged I was using company resources for a volatile personal matter and had erratic and angry behavior. It was pure fiction. Thankfully, my boss knows me well. HR checked my logs and found nothing. The complaint was dismissed, but it was a clear shot across the bow. Dirty trick number 2, the smear campaign. Mutual friends started texting, saying I was being too hard on her. Qley and Tom have been spinning a tale of a silly, drunken mistake, conveniently omitting the professional photo shoot and her plans to become Mrs. Walker. I'm learning who my real friends are. Dirty trick number 3, the financial drain attempt. I got a fraud alert from my bank. Qley had found the debit card to an old, forgotten joint savings account we'd opened for a vacation years ago and never closed. It only had a few $100s in it, but she tried to drain it. The bank flagged the sudden activity on the dormant account. I went there immediately and had the account frozen pending the legal agreement. Jessica loved this. It showed Qley's bad faith. My response has been methodical. First, the house. Jessica filed for exclusive occupancy, citing the prenup and her abandonment of the home. The judge granted it. I had the locks changed the next day. Second, the car. The luxury SUV she drives is leased in my name. After the work complaint stunt, I was done funding her lifestyle. Jessica sent a formal letter to her new, cut-rate lawyer. As of the end of the month, I would no longer make the lease payments. She had 30 days to assume the lease herself or return the vehicle. This prompted a direct text from Qley. "You can't take my car. I need it. This is too cruel." I screenshotted it, sent it to Jessica, and replied, "All communication through legal counsel. The best revenge is letting people lie in the bed they made." Qley thought she could secure a new life while keeping the comfort I provided. She is now discovering that when you detonate a bridge, you can't use it to retreat. Final update, 6 months later. It's over. The divorce was finalized last week. The silence in my house is no longer heavy. It's peaceful. The car was the final showdown. The deadline passed. She couldn't qualify to assume the lease. Her lawyer filed an emergency motion to stop me. Jessica calmly countered that my court-ordered temporary support included funds for basic transportation. The judge, tired of their antics, denied their motion. I made one phone call to the leasing company, informing them I was no longer paying and where the car was located. 2 days later, a friend sent me a picture. The sleek, black SUV, her status symbol, was being hooked up to a tow truck outside her brother's house. The repossession was quiet, efficient, and utterly devastating for her. The financial discovery phase was the nail in her coffin. We deposed Liam. Under oath, he admitted they had been planning their life together for over a year. He detailed conversations about selling my house after the divorce to fund their own business. It was all there in a legal transcript, premeditated, calculated, and breathtakingly arrogant. The final settlement was a brutal reality check for her. The prenup held up flawlessly. She was entitled to nothing from my premarital assets, including the house. She got half of the frozen savings account and 2 years of rehabilitative alimony, far less than she demanded. The judge cited her bad faith actions and the evidence of her affair as reasons for the limited support. I heard what happened next. Liam, the love of her life, couldn't handle the downgrade. The fantasy of a life funded by my assets evaporated, and he was left with a woman with no house, no fancy car, and a mountain of debt. He bailed a month after the divorce was final. Last I heard, Qley had to move into a small apartment an hour away, back near her parents. She's working full-time at a department store. Her social media, once a curated stream of brunches, is now silent. As for me, the revenge wasn't in a single act, but in the quiet, methodical dismantling of her double life. It was in refusing to be the villain and simply enforcing the boundaries she had so spectacularly violated. She wanted a new life, and she got one. just not the one she had envisioned. She thought she could play a game and keep me as her safety net. She didn't realize she was the pawn, and now she's been cleared from the board. Good riddance.